Hey, want to hear a cow joke? He must have heard it before.
Well, we've been here, what, 3 or 4 times. You guys should know each other by now, so everybody knows your name. So I thought, well, let's just have a nice, peaceful ride.
The Orlando Jeep Club does all the volunteering for leading the trails, and this is our 8th year of volunteering. If you're looking for a great Jeep Club to be part of, to be involved in a lot of great charitable stuff, look out. Check out the Orlando Jeep Club. See, there's a QR code right there. So you registered for Jeepin With Judd yet? Well, look, here's a QR code. Take a look at it. There's still time. Welcome to Safari, a Jeepin With Judd 2025 moderate trail. This is a trail preview, and potentially there could be some changes to the trail, but we just kind of want to let you know what you're in store for. Moderate trail, which means lockers are not required, and 33-inch tires. So I've turned off my lockers at this point. I'm running 33-inch tires to see how it is. There's a couple areas where you kind of want to pay attention to what's going on, because if you're dropping off of a hill, an edge, and there's a wall going down the hill and your back tire gets up on top of the ledge, there's a chance that you're going to roll your Jeep. So make sure that you know where you're going and you're following the path of the person in front of you. It can save you a lot of grief. We call it Safari because it goes through a lot of really tall grass. Right now the grass is above the top of the roof. It's mostly cord grass, which is kind of an invasive species. It burns. They thought the cattle would eat it, but the cattle don't like it. Safari has a lot of ups and downs in it. Some of the ups and downs are steeper than you might be accustomed to riding on. This is Florida. And if you've been jeeping in Florida, in different places, imagine that one part of Citrus with all the crazy hills and ruts. But take an hour and a half of that.
As long as it's a Jeep. The new 58 that we have wheelies at home, it's actually been out here to Judd and done trails.
That's hill number 4. You want to make sure that you hit that straight on. And if you feel like your back wheel is up on the hill when your front end's going down the hill, you need to stop right there. Because if you continue, your back end's going to get so high compared to your front end that it's on one side, it's just going to flop you over.
I think that's good.
pretty well done. Up a little bit. Just laid on that track. You would have gotten back eventually to the path. So it's fine.
Well, that's Safari for Jeepin' with Judd 2025. This has been a Florida Jeep ride, and we're doing trail testing with the Orlando Jeep Club at the Clear Springs Ranch in preparation for this year's event. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you're coming out to Judd. Let us know. We'll see you on the next trail ride. I'm Matt.
And I'm Randy.
We'll see you next trail.
Okay, hi, I'm April Sumner. I am the director for the moderate trails at Jeepin' with Judd 2025. And I was asked to tell you guys a little bit about what you could expect when you come out for the trails. We have 4 trails in moderate team. That's half of the trails for Jeepin' with Judd. And we start from edge of stock to moderate all the way up to the edge of advanced.
What size tires should you have to ride on moderate?
Oh, somebody just told me I need 33-inch tires to ride on the moderate.
If I don't have a locker?
You're okay. You don't have to have a locker for the moderate trails.
Seat belts?
Seat belts are required for every trail on the ranch. And that's a good thing because we don't want to have any souls lost while we're out here.
Well, how long does the trail take on average for the 4 trails y'all are running this year?
We're shoot for an hour and a half per trail. It really depends on how many people are on the trail. We can have up to 25 Jeeps on the trails. With a shorter or smaller number of participants this year, we expect probably once the day starts to have about 10 to 15 on a trail, which will make it available for us to cater a little bit to the needs and the experience of our participants during the trail ride. So an hour and a half is probably the max, unless we have a traffic jam, and then that can be, 2 hours.
Should I air down for this?
Airing down is absolutely necessary and important for most of our rides, especially Dragon's Tail, which is very bumpy. So unless you want to hit the roof every time you hit a bump, I would suggest you air down.
Another good question. If an obstacle looks too much for me because I'm new at Jeeping, is there a way to go around it? Is there a bypass?
Most of our obstacles have bypasses because sometimes the gladiators aren't, they're too long to fit some of our obstacles. So we do have bypasses. If you're not comfortable or you look at it and you're like, oh, this is beyond, you are absolutely able to go around them.
Excellent. Well, thanks. We look forward to coming out to the rides.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm walking around all these Jeeps here, and man, there is cow patties everywhere. But lo and behold, I should look down next to this cow patty and see this.
How about that one there?
What is that? So you know what that means. We have a guest today on what kind of scat is that?
Not a guess.
What kind of What's the time for?
It's time for me to mess it up, so he'll go and start it all over again.
It's time for what kind of scat is that with Matt?
Yep.
So if you could you pick that up for me?
Absolutely not.
And let's take a look at this pile of poo. It's got hairs in it. Well, with the hairs in it and the size of it, I would say it's probably a coyote.
Yep, I agree with that.
And that would be my guess. So if you know what kind of poo that is, comment below. And until next time, let's just keep jeeping. Giraffes weren't the only things that they had here. Camels. And all these fossils were pulled from the phosphate that's been mined in this area.
Yes, sir. It's a radius of 50 miles.
So where you're jeeping, there have often been rumors of people spotting giraffes out here. Well, did you know that at one time there was a species of giraffes and this fossil was taken from the phosphates? But that's not all that was out here at one time. Good thing that you're jeeping in modern times, because there also was some pretty big crocs.